Support for the show comes from Amazon Prime. You might think of Prime as only a way to get fast, free delivery, or maybe as the place to stream movies, shows, and sports. But it's actually way more than that. Maybe you've got a passion or a hobby. Prime can help you get the most out of it. Whether you're streaming documentaries on marine animals, ordering action figure stands with free one-day delivery, or finding the perfect playlist to impress that special someone, Prime makes it easier and faster to do what you love. Whatever you're into, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Quick Served presented by Amazon Prime. We're both here, JW and me. Switched off the first couple of days. I went on and on about all things Rafa. Not a tough subject to go positive with. JW knocked it out of the park yesterday. You are on site in Roland Garros. I just want to say something out front. Okay. We do the draw show and it's like before Novak has played his second round in Geneva. And I just want to very clearly say I'm an idiot. Very clearly, like no questions asked. There's your meme. Go play it forever. I'm sure I'll see that in a very small clip forever. Novak having won a 250 going in. Different animal than Novak not having played in 3-4 weeks going in. I just have this feeling he's gonna make a deep run now. Looked great today against Mackie McDonald, but obviously the big thing was getting all the matches in Geneva. Our boy Cerundolo. I never feel much shame about my picks. Like it is what it is. We're just guessing. It's fun. I probably know a little bit more about it than most people watching. Hopefully. It went real bad for us really early, JW, with that one. And Novak looks like he's just going to make us look even dumber than we are.
It just goes to show. Wait, let's dwell on Novak a little bit. So if we had spoken a week ago, which we almost did, I'd say, hey, there's a guy, he's 38 years old. He hasn't won a tournament in a year and a half. He's had a pretty rough year, and he didn't play Rome. And you'd be like, oh boy, this could be a mic drop retirement when he loses in the first round to a qualifier. He goes and plays Geneva, wins 4 matches, wins his 100th title. Mind you, in a new coaching situation, comes here. I think he was, honestly, I was watching him. I was courtside for that Nadal ceremony. And, Roger was Roger, and Andy took the train from London. Imagine being on the Eurostar and just getting Andy Murray sitting next to you. I think Novak really, yeah, I know. Keep in mind, too, former player-coach relationship as of a few weeks ago. But anyway, I think Novak was actually really moved and really sort of personalized the Rafa ceremony and really saw his own mortality. I thought he had a very different reaction than the other two. Anyway, Novak comes here. He's won 4 matches in a row all of a sudden. You say, oh, wait, he's won this thing 3 times. The guy who tended to beat him here, oh, yeah, he's retired. He won the Olympics here. He won the title the last time he was able to play through. And you're saying, well, wait a second, is Novak Djokovic suddenly like the third favorite after Alcaraz and Sinner? And he won handily today. And all of a sudden, we can. I like what you said before a few weeks ago. Like no one knows anything. Predicting these matches is one thing. You cannot predict Novak. Well, he just made this impossible.
Those might all be factors. The biggest thing from the eye test that I'm seeing, and we talked about on the pod, like, is he going to go away for 3 weeks post Madrid and get his legs back, right? The only way to do that is you're doing 2-on-1s for 4 hours at a time. He has to be able to get out of the corners, right? Even in Miami, it wasn't like the surface was really fast, so he could kind of dictate from the middle a little bit more. But Monte Carlo, the defense wasn't there. He was forced to go offense too early. Same with Rome. And we talked about, everyone said it was a mistake not to play Rome. And I think the genius of him is going, okay, I know I need matches, but I need to have my legs before I play these matches. Goes and enters Geneva, is a different mover than he was 3 or 4 weeks ago. In Madrid, he literally couldn't hardly play defense, and the court's a little slippery. But against Arnaldi, anytime he went to D, he was trying to force it out of the corners as opposed to kind of accepting the defense, accepting with the shot tolerance that he's the best ever at. His legs look different. Right. And going through Geneva and winning those matches, all of a sudden it's like riding a bike. But yes, all of those things and inspiration and all those things, you can be as inspired as you want. And if you can't get out of the corners, I don't think it matters.
Right. Tell our super awesome listeners, tell our audience what you mean by 2-on-1s.
2-on-1s. Okay. Two people on one side, one on the other. Novak's on the one side. So literally you're not hitting winners and you just burn your legs. So every rally is basically, and then you feed them right back in. So you're literally just working footwork and legs against two people and you're on the solo side. Old Harry Hopman drill from Saddlebrook for uber tennis nerds. But it's a drill you do all the time because 1, you're hitting a bunch of balls. 2, you're getting your feels back. 3, your leg, you cannot lie to your legs because it's not as if you can just peel off a winner or take an unnecessary risk because obviously there are two people, right? Like there's nowhere to go. There's no space. Anyway, so he looked amazing. I was impressed with, I want to talk just a second about Jack Draper. Those weird things when all of a sudden you're a favorite. I don't want to say he's been seeded at majors. He's played the semis of majors, but he's a top 5 guy now, and he's been a top 3 player for the year so far. I think, in my opinion, losing that first set and kind of staying calm, knowing that your base setting is probably a little bit different than it was a year ago. I liked what I saw, even though he kind of had a hiccup in the first set. What else was interesting to you today, JW, on kind of the rundown?
Yeah, I was looking for a theme. That's what we do here when we try to summarize these. It was tough to come by. Both number 3 seeds, Zverev and Jessie Pegula won. Coco looked very strong. She did forget her rackets. I'm not sure how one does that. I know I'm forgetting something. Is it the implement I need to do my job?
I gotta feel like remembering your rackets is an important part of the job. But apparently she won, so no big deal.
I know I have surgery, and I know I forget my scalpel. That's what I left at home. No, but Coco found her rackets and used them to great effect. There wasn't much, Medvedev, number 1 player, former major champion. He's really struggling, and hasn't. He won in Rome 2 years ago, and hasn't won a tournament since. He's now out of the top 10. He had, as you said, Cam Norrie. Anything can happen in an extended format. He's got legs. Cam Norrie wins the first 2 sets. Medvedev wins the next 2. Serves for the match, gets broken, and Cam Norrie steals a victory. Medvedev said he'll be happy to get off clay, but that is that's a bit of a career. I don't want to say in crisis, but that seems to be a bit of a stagnating career. But anyway, I'm looking for a theme. I don't see anything, and then all of a sudden, right after dinner, I go out and there are lines around the corner, and I wonder what is going on here. And then I remember that they are putting João Fonseca on court 7. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it?
Okay, so there's 2 things here. We talked a little bit on the draw show. I told you a couple of adjustments that I would love to see with Fonseca. I couldn't understand for the life of me why he was taking on returns, especially in the deuce side, 3 and 4 feet inside the baseline, and then inviting that big one into the body, sawing it off. And therefore, his first move is a defensive one if he doesn't hit it perfectly. Sure as shit, he goes out there against Hurkacz. By the way, Franco Davin in that camp now, that is a big hire that needs to be talked about all the time. Former coach of Coria, Del Potro. He knows what the top level is and looks like, was a good player himself. Goes way back. Hubert Hurkacz, one of the bigger servers, goes way back and just starts rip city on that first ball. That's great. But then that second ball his momentum is going forward. So therefore that aggressive mentality that he has is easier, right? It's forward momentum after that first ball. And then he was always going back on the deuce, mixing it up on the ad. It looked like it wasn't strategic malpractice out there. And then all of a sudden the guy's hitting winners everywhere. It's not just because he got hotter, better in a week. Those things matter so much in these matchups. And then he's using a little, I hadn't seen it before, little Chipper Magoo kind of inside out up the line, knowing that Hurkacz can't create much speed off of his forehand. He's good when it's up here. He can kind of flatten it out. But from a low position, he can't go over and create the racket speed or the spin profile to hurt him. So he was happy laying that one down and then just sitting back to see what was coming and then restarting. I loved what I saw strategically from Fonseca. Loved it. I like your call on him going deep way more than kind of the what I saw with the strategic impairment from Rome, Estoril, Madrid. And also, we have to, I'm watching the coverage today, and I heard someone on air go, is this the most exciting match in French Open history? It's a first round that went 3-4-2. And I heard questions asked and answered, and it's, in my opinion, it's kind of disrespectful to the rest of the field. Is he automatically in that conversation with the big three? I'm going, this is the second Grand Slam match he's won ever, and it's the first match he's won in a month. So I agree with all of the upside. This is a future Grand Slam winner, in my opinion. This is a future potential number one, but also we have to respect the field and the process a little bit. I get that he's exciting. Sam Querrey said it must have been what it felt like when the Beatles came to America. I mean, for fuck's sake.
Sam did say that.
He said 100%.
I don't believe that.
Go back, ask him tomorrow when you see him. You're working on the TNT team. Say, Andy lost his mind because you said this must be the equivalent of what it was like when the Beatles came to America in the 60s. This was court 7.
I was going to say the Beatles played court 7 against a Polish hard server.
Come on.
It was exciting. You heard something crazy. This was the shortest men's match of the tournament so far.
It was a beating. It was literally like Fonseca looked the best I've ever seen him in this match. And the what he's able to do with the ball, we've known about. How he applied his weapons today was the most mature version of applying his weapons that I have seen so far. Did we lose him?
We lost him.
Oh, well, I don't know, Parisian internet or us or something, but apparently JW just laughed. Apparently didn't like what I said about Fonseca. Anyways, we'll run it through the finish line here on Quick Serve presented by Amazon Prime. Andreeva rolled. Zverev looked great. He's just different in majors. You kind of have to know how to navigate them. Jess Pegula got through. No real massive upsets. I think the biggest one that we covered was Medi against Cam Norrie. Cam Norrie, he has literally come out and said, and I don't know how true this is, but it works as far as he goes, my legs don't get tired. They never get tired. You imagine saying that? My legs are tired right now. They're exhausted. Rublev got through. Azarenka won a match 0-0. Dimitrov got hurt. I didn't see what exactly happened, but I hope he's okay. He's had some issues with kind of like the hip back situation. Arnaldi, I thought we made another dumb pick. I picked him over FAA, and he was down 2 sets and got through. Longest match he had ever played at, tipped the clock at, I don't know, 4 hours, 45 minutes or something like that. Anyways, but we'll be back tomorrow unless JW may have left the show forever. I don't know.
He's gone.
I just thought like that NSYNC song. You don't even know who NSYNC is. You're like 12.
Who's that?
Cool. Anyways, listen, all of you, thank you for watching these Quick Serve videos. And I'm just going to ask you just a little favor, just a tiny little favor. If you enjoy our content, just right there at the top of the channel, just go boop, subscribe. Just a little boop, boop. Anyways, thank you for watching Quick Serve. We appreciate you. Brought to you by Amazon Prime and some version of our team. We'll see you tomorrow on Quick Serve. Support for the show comes from Amazon Prime. Prime is more than just fast, free delivery. It's your go-to for streaming music, movies, and sports. Plus, it's also a great way to connect with the things you love. Into skiing? Stream ski films on Prime Video even when the slopes are bare. Love fishing? You can get new gear delivered fast and be back by the water in no time. Planning your next big trip? Prime helps you get everything you need faster than you can write your out-of-office email. Whatever you're into, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.